All right. So, episode 2, season 1, Interview with the Vampire. Very excited for all the new faces here on the channel. Unexpected, but much appreciated. Diving straight into episode 2. So, I think I said everything I wanted to say about the first episode in the last video. Masterful, beautiful, acting, amazing, writing, fantastic, setting, obsessed. Really everything about it has just been, it's like I expected it to be good, but it still exceeded my expectations. So excited to see what is in store for the next episode. Let's fucking go. Honestly, actually, sorry. I was like, oh, let's just go to it. Obviously, I'm about to watch literally the entire next episode, but I also sometimes like to just pontificate on what could be upcoming. And so obviously we'll be dealing with the aftermath of Louis' transition to a vampire, but also the aftermath of the chaos that Lestat brought to this church. I mentioned in the first episode that I was nervous about the impact it'll have on Louis' family. Is he going to have to pretend to just be dead? Or is he going to go on sort of living somewhat of a normal-ish life until people realize that he is not aging and then, I don't know, run off with Lestat somewhere? I actually can't imagine them leaving now because, I don't know, it's New Orleans. Lestat just bought a house. So I guess we'll see how that continues. What's funny is, seems like there are a lot of Lestat apologists in my comment section, including my friend. She disagrees with my assessments of Lestat's character. Not completely. Well, actually, I take it back. It's not that she disagrees with my assessment of his character, but it's more that she disagrees with my assessment of the current relationship dynamic between Louis and Lestat. Apparently the final scene of the first episode is affectionately referred to as their wedding. I guess that's the other red wedding. I am a bit less on board, I'll say, with their relationship. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe this episode will change things. Maybe I will eat my words. I don't know. We shall see. But I will say, I do appreciate that people have been pretty respectful in the comments. Even if we have a difference of opinion, I do love hearing everyone else's thoughts about the characters, the episodes, the plot lines, etc. So keep those comments coming because I really appreciate it. With that, let's watch Season 1, Episode 2 of Interview with a Vampire. Let's go. After the phantoms of your former self. Oh, gosh.
Heard of him.
Little of his work survives. Mr. de Poix-du-Lac covets the rare.
Who is this man? Is that his little side piece? What's that about? Or is he truly just there in a professional capacity? I don't know.
I keep hearing that sound.
Or the building sways a bit.
The little demons, the little devils attacking him, biting him.
Did you always work for him? Is it only work, or are you and he...
Okay. See, I appreciate that me and, what's his name? David? Daniel, I think, are of the same mind. Because I also was like, is this just a job? Are you just clocking in, clocking out, or something else being clocked? Anyway. Oh, there's a lot of people that work here. The food better be good. I would be so annoyed. Oh, hello? What's with that? Okay, this is a lot of food, and it's kind of strange. Oh, is he about to just drink blood or something? Okay. So they're having dinner together. This would be so disturbing.
You missed it.
Why is he staring at him like that? I could not have him staring at me like that.
It's garlic, olive oil, salt, a garnish of green grapes, and AB negative, fresh from the farm.
AB negative. Wait a minute. I think I'm AB negative. Oh no. Oh no, I'm O positive. Never mind. Why am I telling y'all my blood type? Could someone do something with that information? Anyway.
Two vampires walk into a church. That's where we left off.
Blissing out post-priesticide.
Priesticide.
Bliss was merely a stage in my transformation.
Oh.
A seizing and unrelenting pain.
Oh, God.
What's happening?
Feel as if you're dying. Because you are.
Ugh. You know, it's interesting because I feel like with other vampire media that I've watched, you never actually really see this part. You know, you always see the bite, and then like them draining the blood, and then if there's like a transfer of blood, like, you know, there's that. But you rarely see the physiological kind of ramifications like after. It's usually like drain blood, maybe give some blood, and then it's like they just wake up and they're a vampire. So we're seeing sort of the details, the nitty-gritty of this process. Oh, so transformation's complete. This must be like such a high. I don't know why, it's like freaking me out to see Louis so giddy.
Follow my voice. Your eyes will wander, led by your hunger.
Oh God, yeah.
They were your brothers and sisters once, but now they're your savory inferiors. Restraint is your most powerful weapon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, chill. Oh my God.
It's best to let the food come to you.
Oh.
In the Stod's nest, not yet ready to hunt, but desperate to feed.
Wait, he drinks blood with a spoon?
And I gotta tell you,
Oh my God.
I'm doing pretty good for myself.
He literally looks so bored.
Century.
Oh, I feel bad for this guy.
I am talking about gas-powered
Oh.
beast of burden.
Wait a minute. He literally has blood on his arm. Did the man not notice that? Okay, I also feel... Now I'm gonna start feeling bad. The man's like talking about buying his daughter a horse. And he's literally about to die. I don't like it. Obviously they're vampires, like I get it, but it's like... It's also one of those things where it's like, I'm trying to think. I know in Twilight, obviously the Cullen family like only hunted animals, I think. They were like vegetarians or considered like vegetarians. God, Twilight's so ridiculous. I'm trying to think. Vampire Diaries. What did Stefan drink? Because usually, right, it's like in a lot of these stories, they basically, for like the male lead, they always have them past this stage where they no longer crave like human blood, but it's more of like they're already past that. They had this, you know, crazy, violent, bloodthirsty phase, and are now more temperate and more like, I only drink animal blood, or I only drink blood from the blood bank, you know? And in a way, it's probably due to the fact that, like, it's hard to empathize and resonate with a character who's murdering innocent people. And so, in a lot of ways, I feel like this is new, at least for me, to see a main character in this phase of their vampirism, vampirism, whatever. Damn. Oh.
Hence, we are here to talk about farm equipment
Oh no.
from Tears. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
On your sleeve.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Oh.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh. Oh no.
The neck. Bite the neck to it. No. No, you don't bite the blood. You suck it.
Oh man. Like I would chuckle at this scene being like, no, you don't bite. No, you're doing it wrong. But this is just so sad.
You certainly need a more efficient way of ridding the waste.
Oh, is he gonna feel guilty? Oh.
Don't you be a natural.
Gotta go home.
It's like reality is like dawning on him now. Like, it's like initially it's like following his impulses, and then it's like realizing the reality of like what he's just done. See, this is what I mean. And I know people are gonna argue in the comments, whatever. But that's what I mean about like him not being in like, he's in no fit state.
You are in no fit state.
To like have made the decision like this, right? That's like, there's no undo button on being a vampire. Like, this is for eternity. And so I don't know. I just don't know if he was like had a full presence of mind to be able to make this decision. And so now it's like really dawning on him.
Go see Grace and Paul.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You ain't fucking
Oh, okay. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Does he not remember that Paul
You're going to find that very difficult.
died? Oh! Oh my god! It's daylight! Oh my god! What? Did he not tell him? Ah! And he's not letting him in? Oh.
Gives life to everything but us. I should have told you that.
Yeah, why didn't you? What the heck? I feel like, again, because this is, in a way, I'm like also somewhat antagonizing the Lestat fans. But was that like a manipulation tactic of like, I mean, no, of course it was, because he literally was like, you're gonna find that very hard. Again, it's like he just is doing what he can to like reel him back in. Also, sorry, this is kind of stupid, but seeing him just put the cloak over him to go open the gate, does that mean technically they could go out as long as they just like keep covered? I don't know why I've never considered that. But is that a cheat code? Interesting.
And its reward.
How long is it gonna take him to heal from that?
The laissez-faire attitude of the local police force. Oh yes.
Oh?
Setting for a vampire home. Vampire romance.
What contractor did this? Oh! The coffin. Are they gonna be in there together?
We'll get you your own soon enough. You've had a long life, Louis.
Have a rest.
So he sleeps in there butt-ass naked? Or is this just
Okay.
for right
You can be
now?
on top.
He rushed me headlong through the encounter as if it was something to put behind us. Too many firsts for one night.
Right, that's true.
You robbed a daughter of her father. Maybe a pet pony.
I got in that coffin on my own free will. Quiet dark. We were equals.
White master, black student, but equal in the quiet dark.
Oof, 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 oof. You know, I didn't bring it up before, but that dynamic was in the back of my mind of like, will that really be addressed, right? Like Louis' adamance that they were in this like equal relationship. It does feel a bit, I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, right? There's obviously a significant power imbalance in a lot of different ways, right? There's, you know, if we're talking about just vampiredom, there's a power imbalance in that Louis is new to this. He does not know what the hell's going on. He literally walked out into the sun. And Lestat holds more of the cards in terms of understanding their power and being able to control it, whereas Louis still figuring it out. So there's an imbalance there, right? And so if he wanted to, which he did, let Louis do something that can cause him pain or harm, he can just let it happen because he holds that knowledge. So that's number one in terms of power imbalance. Number two is the power imbalance in terms of socially, I guess. Yes, they're in New Orleans, and yes, Louis has amassed some respect and money. But even then, still in New Orleans, but even potentially outside, not potentially, most definitely outside of New Orleans, you know, there's a stark difference there. Louis not allowed to, there's a lot more limitations for him socially than there are for someone like Lestat. So there's also that dynamic. And I'm not saying that Lestat would ever wield that against Louis. I'm also not saying that he wouldn't, because he also does seem like a vindictive person. But I'm like, but he wouldn't put Louis in danger because he's in love with him. But he also put him in danger this morning. So there's that. I'm gonna say I don't love the way that Daniel described that. Just icky. It's like I understand what he's saying. I just didn't like it. Oh, what's that gonna be? Oh, something's moving.
Or repel sand.
Huh? What is that? Oh, I don't like
Back
this.
to the
I
salesman
don't like
for a
this.
sec.
I don't love this. Like hearing the screech of a dying animal. Ugh.
Back of your throat, up in your gums.
I will also say this about Daniel. He's supposed to be, a journalist. And I feel like in journalism, you're not supposed to openly judge, like, the subject of your interview. But he's doing that. So maybe that's why he was kicked out of, the publications that he used to work for. But it feels like, that's why I said that, in the first episode, that there's an antagonism, there's a weird kind of antagonism that, like, is part of, like, their rapport. That it's like, I wonder, is it just salty feelings from the time that he attacked him, like, 40 years ago, however long it was? I don't think so. Maybe this is just his style, but I just find it fascinating and a bit hilarious that as a journalist, he's sarcastic, he's like judgmental, he's like all these things. I just find that funny.
Contemplate the life of the rabbit before you cut it. Vampires are killers.
Why you gotta let it drip out like that? What? He didn't need to do all that. He could have just swallowed. Sorry.
Apex predators whose all...
Come on, wipe your mouth. But I know he's trying to make a point. Just like wipe your mouth, though.
thrilling satisfaction of being the end of that life. Having a hand in the divine plan.
Interesting way to see it. Wipe the chin. Okay.
I was haunted by the salesman. I did not readily take to killing.
Vampires can read minds, mon cher.
What? Oh, wait, no. Duh. I knew that.
That skill for how long?
Right. You're not going to teach him?
One might think the ability to read a mind a most useful gift, but in reality, it's quite
It's a curse.
mundane. I forget I can do it most days.
Is that right?
He's like, you bitches are boring. Do we know how old he is? I'm curious how long he's been alive, actually.
I want you to peel away every sound until you find his heartbeat. Now hold the heartbeat. You hear his lungs leaking and flooding air. His mind is just another bodily sound.
I don't know if I've ever heard of vampires reading people's minds described in the same way, right? The way that it's like just yet another bodily function. The same way you can hear someone's heartbeat, you can hear the thoughts that come in their mind. I actually really like that.
What am I thinking right now?
Can he not anymore that he's a vampire?
You'll have to tell me yourself. We're at the mercy of the other's discretion.
Just like to me.
You're not one of them anymore, fledgling.
Phantoms of your former self. One thing, though, that I find interesting is, I don't know, something else that I guess I don't love is like, this is gonna be maybe like a weird analogy, but it's like, have you ever like worked a job and, you know, you start, you're bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and you're like excited, and everything is new and everything is fun and everything is this. Or maybe, okay, maybe not starting a new job, but maybe it's like moving to a new city, something new, some new experience, right? Then you have someone who's like a hardened veteran who like is like, you know, kind of poo-poos everything and is like, oh, you think this job is fun? Just wait until this happens and you'll hate it and you'll be just like me and be miserable and hate everyone and hate everything. And it's just like, how about just let people enjoy things while they still can, you know? In a way, it's sort of like trying to fast track people towards being disillusioned with things. And it's like, while that might be an inevitability, right, that every vampire or every whatever person will reach a point where these things don't interest them anymore and they don't care. It's like, well, right now they do. So just let them.
My unwillingness to separate from humanity was a constant struggle in my vampiric existence.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine.
Look what the wind blew in.
Oh no. Is it still... Are they still... Okay.
Live half a mile away. Don't come see your family for half a season.
Okay. It seems like things are better with them, which makes me happy. Because I was like, if this lasts for too long, I feel like I'm going to be depressed. But also, I love Louis' glasses here.
Heard a knock on my door.
Oh.
Half mile both ways, mama.
Is it because he lives with him?
Look at his nails. He's getting his fingernails done. Glasses. Some fashion. Certain men like him do. Lord.
Oh, no. Oh.
You seen Grace about?
Damn. Oh, Paul. Great portrait.
See my lost it by the punch bowl.
Oh, been too long.
Oh no, don't read her mind. What's she gonna say? Oh, baby. She's pregnant.
Oh my. You making me an uncle out here?
Who told you?
No one told me.
It was.
Aw. That's actually really cool.
Take them glasses off and look at your
Don't
baby
give me those
sister.
back.
Oh, because the eye color. I forgot about the eye color.
You had from me this long again. I'll hunt you down and slap you sideways.
You got your own personal attorney, do you, boy?
Boy.
Well, you really do have a manners in that head of yours, don't you?
See? They did it right. Killing random man at the bar, talking about his tractor business and buying his daughter's ponies. Hard to really stomach that. But killing racists, we'll let it slide. Like, I think that is, you know, because in my mind I was like, if we're gonna just watch him kill innocent people left and right, it's gonna be really hard, but this makes it easier. And this is just a show. Don't, like, be weird about it. Okay.
Exceptional Negro. Thank you, sir. It was the call and response of my entire life.
Right. Now you have the power.
I have powers now and decades of rage to process, and it was both random and unfortunate the man picked that night to dabble in fuckery. Yes, man.
Louis, my boy!
Oh. Yeah, that's actually... Okay, that's fair. Like, for him to literally die after their scheduled meeting, not a good look. Not a good look.
Some things you don't get about America is stock color. White, Creole, French, queer, half queer, mostly queer. What is it?
Half queer. I just... Sorry. I keep pausing. But this is what I love about this adaptation or interpretation of the story. Like, this being sort of an undercurrent of, like, their entire sort of interactions and you know, all these kind of different conversations even that they have about, like, their difference of opinion or approach or experiences and all that can only work with Louis being who he is, racially, ethnically, what have you, and Lestat being who he is, right? And so I'm actually curious how, like, these conflicts, like, what was the, I guess, original version of these conflicts? Like, was it more of a American versus French or versus foreigner, sort of social conflicts, or what does this conflict like not even exist at all? Like, I'm just curious, like how that existed in the books versus what we're seeing here, because I think what we're seeing here, I don't know, it just like adds like a richness to it that I really enjoy.
You need to show restraint, fledgling. You need to stop using that word right now, because it sounds a little like slave.
Oh.
It's what it feels like sometimes.
And the carousel comes around again.
Fuck you.
They're already fighting. Sorry.
I don't like sleeping angry.
This is so silly. Oh my goodness. I love it. It's like they're the couple going to bed angry. Oh, and they're in their little oh my gosh. This is so absurd, and like I love it.
For the record, if disrespect was done to you, I would have killed him myself.
Oh, he's not naked in this one.
Do to make it up to you.
I want to buy the Fair Play Saloon.
How can I say no to you?
Oh my gosh. Don't make me think this is cute, guys. Don't make me change my mind and think their relationship is cute. Dang it.
And I was now the owner of the brightest club in the district.
Oh.
I paid the staff.
Ooh, love that suit.
While helping those who have been with me down the block to better themselves.
That's good. Okay. He's bringing his people up with him. Everybody eats. Love that. Love that mentality.
It was everything I'd ever wanted or wished for. And it
Love the color of that suit.
I named him Benjamin. Did you even meet the twins?
Oh, man.
Wait. He hasn't even met her children? Her first children? So this is a second child? Or third child, technically? Oh. Oh, dang. Come on, Louis. Half a mile away. You can't pop in after your sister gives birth? Come on. I don't know if maybe it's like he's nervous about maybe he's going to harm them or something. But not. I mean, he's chilling with this one, so I think he's just busy. But it's like, come on.
You're so busy with work and, you know.
Him?
Yeah.
I said change.
How are things with you and...
How are things with you and your boyfriend?
Oh, your nephew.
Oh, we're here with our baby. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that hair. Oh, no. Put the baby down. Put the baby down. Put the baby down. Put the baby away. Put the baby away. Put the baby down. Put it away, please.
Yeah, it is.
The baby's like, hold on. Please take me away from this man.
Hey, let me just see what the heck's going on.
He's like, no, please take this baby from me. Please don't hurt that baby, Louis. Come on. The baby doesn't even have that much blood. Please. Oh, it's so cute. He's so cute. Stop.
Did you eat the baby?
Wait, so did he eat the baby or not? How many are out there?
2 questions. Did you eat
What's
the
up
baby?
with that chair?
And is the pandemic the opening they've been waiting for?
I hear them. Our thoughts can travel thousands of miles to one another.
Oh, wow.
Stand out on my balcony, close my eyes, and they're plotting speech to me.
Or maybe going down to the beach, catching a few rays.
What's about to happen?
Pandemic.
Hey.
So basically, they're using COVID as a cover to turn more people into vampires? Is that what he's saying? Why? And I guess, like, not just COVID, but, like, the instability caused by the pandemic as a cover. Interesting. Again, it's like there's just so many details that are very specific to this adaptation that I, like, there was no COVID-19 when Anne Rice wrote this book. So, but maybe these are just, like, add-ons, right? Because they're talking about the COVID, they're talking about the pandemic, they're talking about the year 2000, Y2K, like, all these references. So he's going to drink from this man. The, like, moaning is also a little much.
Thank you, Namek.
The baby.
Oh, did he Don't tell me he dropped the baby. Why place it on the ground? Put it on the chair. Well, actually putting it on the chair was bad.
Tear into him. I'm never gonna get control over it.
You have to stop seeing them, Louis.
Oh, see? See? That's what I mean. Toxic relationship. He's trying to isolate him from his family, from his community, from his social circle. At this point, I feel like it's just going to be a joke, a running joke of me being like, he's a toxic boyfriend. But genuinely, I just hate that. I just want so badly for Louis to maintain his familial relationships, but I just don't think it's possible. But it's like, at least, you know, for a couple years, let him sort of revel in it.
Ain't never gonna have a family of my own, am I?
I'm your family, Louis.
See? See? The Lestat lovers are gonna come for me. But, you know, they're like, I'm your family now. Don't worry about your family. Just worry about me. It's just me and you. Like that. I don't like it. I just feel like it can be, it's creating like this dependency that can be wielded and weaponized in the future. Because what is Louis then if, let's say, okay, he's pulled away, he doesn't engage with his family anymore, that connection is severed, right? And the only person he really has that he can confide in, experience joy with, experience, you know, all these different things, right? That are just part of like the human experience that sort of necessitates like having connections with other people to really manage all of those experiences. You know, what if that all is put squarely on Lestat, and let's say they have a falling out and Lestat leaves? Then what? Then Louis is left completely alone, right? And so that puts him in a position where I don't know. But I guess at the same point, some people can maybe argue that that's the same for Lestat, but not really, because he can just go around, find someone else that he's into, transform them, and just start over. Because it seems as though he's already done that before, right? Because it looks like Louis was like a new companion that he was looking for. Yeah, like I feel like Lestat would be fine, but Louis not so much. And so I just don't like that Lestat is like trying to like foster that type of dynamic, you know? Like Louis here is like mourning his life, and Lestat's just like, don't worry about it, I'm here.
Just throw me in the incinerator and make another one.
No one as angry, as stubborn, as unaccommodating, dedicated, as thoughtful, as imperfectly perfect as you've become.
The opera.
Not another opera.
The Salvan to do 73 years ago, and I remember it like it was...
Oh, 73. Number one, 73 years ago. Okay, so we're getting general sense of like timeline. So he's probably over 100. Secondly, something I just find funny is like, if Lestat is like, oh my God, brava. If someone has lived that long and has seen probably like, you know, hundreds, if not maybe thousands of operas in his lifetime, and he's still like, oh my God, amazing show. That's like highest praise. But yeah, like this is kind of what I mean, what I meant earlier in the video where I was saying that like Lestat is like trying to like, he's like not being considerate of where Louis is in his transition. And he's just like, I almost killed my nephew. Like, I'm going through it right now. And you're just sort of like flitting about. It's like, he's just so, and again, and I understand that it's because it's like he's so far past this point. Maybe it's just so distant for him that he can't even like, he can't even sort of sympathize or empathize with it, because it's like, oh, like, I mean, I guess, like he just doesn't even recall those initial feelings. But come on, try to, you know, be a little thoughtful. But maybe that's why he appreciates the thoughtfulness in Louis, because he doesn't possess it himself.
I have a private box, and I had tuxedos made.
The steadfast pupil deserves a divine reward.
Dude, that's what I mean. Dang it. Why am I liking them as a couple? Dang it. I think I just have to contend with the fact that, like, or come to terms with the fact that, like, they will be very problematic. Well, they're also kind of cute. A little bit. I think I just have to accept that the pendulum will be swinging back and forth quite a lot. And that's okay. I'm all right with that.
About him, those first years, Lestat. Occasionally thoughtful.
Occasionally.
My mentor, my lover, and my maker.
That's kind of crazy.
I knew he enjoyed it when I fought back, but there was present a kind of worship on my part.
But that goes back to what I was mentioning about, like, there being still an imbalance there. So that's part of it as well. Oh, bourbon.
We did what we always did to avoid conflicts there. I performed as his valet.
Social power imbalance.
Once we found our seats, remained standing in the back of the box until the lights went down.
I hate this. Hate it.
There's one thing about being a vampire that I most fear above all else, and that is loneliness.
But that would be a really difficult part of being a vampire. Like, you know, people talk about, like, watching the people you love die and this, that, and the other, but it's just like, eternity? It's a long time. Especially if you have reached the point where, you know, you're listening in on the thoughts of...
I can't imagine the emptiness. The void. Stretching out for decades at a time.
Oh, I think that's what I was saying before everything went to shit. But I was like, it must be, like, I definitely can recognize, like, how difficult it must be to live that long, the depths of loneliness that you probably feel. And so I can understand sort of his obsession when he does find a human who he feels like is, like, worth his time, worth his energy, it is, like, worth basically becoming his companion. So his obsession with Louis makes sense. And in a way, I mean, that shows, you know, how fascinating and interesting and unique of a person Louis is. If it's like, if you've spent decades looking for someone who you think, you know, who meets a certain criteria around just having, like, the right characteristics, the right demeanor, the right backstory, but is also thoroughly depressed and willing to, like, essentially end their life to become a vampire. You know, there's sort of a lot of boxes that need to be checked that I can imagine it's pretty difficult. So I can see why him picking, he had to do all of those things to secure Louis in a way.
You take this feeling away from me, Louis.
How many of us are out there?
I'm curious that as well.
How many vampires? Maybe 100.
Interesting.
101.
Soprano was everything Lestat said she would be.
Look at him. I wish I was, like, sophisticated enough to, like, really understand.
And music. That was where Lestat separated man from food. Music pierced his damned soul.
Interesting.
I was moved to see he too had his human attachments.
I was gonna say, this is like a very human moment for him.
There was one issue.
What?
And that was the tenor playing Ernesto.
Oh, God. Is he just not good? Okay, I think I heard that one.
That was unamused.
Oh my God, is he gonna kill this man?
Which could mean only one thing.
He's gonna, oh yeah.
The hunt was on.
Oh God. So you just, like, being mediocre at your job is enough for you to get murdered?
Oh, was someone's son, someone's brother, and he was to be butchered for what? An offending note?
Right.
He sat the tenor down, sang as it was written.
This is so mean. It's like torturous.
Ero nel suo serato quando l'ha scritta. So no more of your sound can pollute this world.
Jesus.
Embrace what you are! You are a killer, Louis!
That was a huge switch.
But also so that his death was slow.
Oh my God.
I listened to his thoughts as Lestat drank.
Oh gosh. I never considered that. That, you know, them reading the minds of people as they're dying. Gosh. It's like very dark.
He had a way about him. And I was still very much under his power.
Oh, man.
We would drain the tenor for hours that night.
For hours?
Myself, pretending to be. I try to have a human dish once a week. An offhanded remark in your memoir about this dessert. I hope you don't mind.
That's kind of cute. See, this is what Lestat meant when he said that Louis was thoughtful. What does it taste like to him? I'm curious.
What does this taste like to you?
Honestly, Daniel, step aside. I can handle the interview. I got it.
Like paste?
She always dyed it back to brown. I liked it when she left it alone.
Also, you can just tell in like Louis' eyes as Daniel describes, you know, whatever, like different things about his experience. It's like Louis like just. It's like you can kind of tell that he just so desperately wants to like feel human again in a lot of ways. Like just his eyes, the way that he was just so like, it was like he was not like searching, but like trying really to like absorb, I guess what Daniel was saying. I don't really know how to describe it, but like he was just very in it. That would suck though, eating something that has no real taste or like texture or flavor. Oh, it's over. Okay, so that was episode 2 of Interview with the Vampire. Interesting start to like seeing how Louis and Lestat's relationship, and I guess relationships with each other, as well as like Louis' relationship with humanity evolve post transition. And it seems really, it's already like kind of sad. I already kind of went through a lot of my thoughts throughout the episode, but I think, you know, biggest things were this idea that Lestat is trying to, in a way, like encourage Louis to kind of rid himself of his humanity sooner rather than later, and not necessarily giving him that much space to kind of experience that grief and loss and, I don't know, I guess like not resolution, but like him, I guess, becoming a bit more comfortable in his experience as a vampire. It's like kind of, he's like, okay, let's skip to the fun part where we like love to go and like kill people and you don't have any obligations to your family and it's just the two of us and we can hang out, go to the opera and do, you know, things. It's like he was just, I think he was just so excited and so eager to just like have his companion that it's like and again, it could just be he's just so far from it that like he forgot what that process is like. But it is sad, you know, to see how Louis, even with him living in New Orleans still and living half a mile, I think they said, from his mom and sister, essentially like has become really distant from them and is just all the more just like absorbed in like basically his work and his relationship. So it's really sad to see. But then there's also his like struggles. I think that was another big focus of this episode, was just like, you know, Lestat is like sort of making these statements like these declarative statements that like, oh, you will get used to killing people. Oh, you won't care about these humans anymore. You won't, you know, because obviously that's like his experience. But Louis seems like more of an empathetic person and more of an earnest, maybe has like an earnestness to him that I guess Lestat overlooked. And it seems like he himself like really still is struggling with this. And he, while there are parts of him that I guess he's sort of come to terms with, you know, in terms of being a vampire, the cold-blooded murder is something that he still seems to really have difficulties with. But something I do find fascinating that I don't think I talked about was that, like, at least in this stage, although he's having like his challenges and his doubts maybe, and really grappling with like his morality, he also, it's like he's so eager to not oppose Lestat. Like it's like he wants to impress him. He wants him to think that he is like him in certain ways. And so he's actually suppressing some of, like, it's like in some regards he's expressive and like trying to share his opinion, but and his sort of emotional state. But I don't know. I think it's through like some of these interactions with Lestat where he's just like, you know what? Let me just keep it to myself. I'm just gonna partake, feel really bad and really guilty about it, but I'm not gonna rock the boat too much. So that's an interesting place for them to be, sort of just within like their relationship. So, so I'm curious how that's gonna change and evolve. I feel like Lestat won't be happy to hear that. But I guess really, sorry, I'm like jumping all over the place. But I guess really the theme of this episode seems to really be like humanity. Because for Louis, like technically, he has lost his humanity by becoming a vampire, but a lot of these like humanistic characteristics still remain. And in somewhat even more interestingly, even though in so many ways Lestat portrays himself as like someone who's very much kind of killed off all of the like human aspects to him, you know, to himself and his perspectives on the world. You know, he's just like, oh, I don't even read minds because these humans are so like, ugh, there's nothing interesting coming from any of them, and I just hate humans. They're so gross. Louis, you're not one of them anymore. Don't associate yourself with them anymore. Is like crying at an opera, you know. So there's still a little human in there, a little bit. And then, you know, he kills the male performer. Yeah, so I thought this episode was like a really interesting exploration of that idea of like what makes someone human. And yeah, I'm very interested to see more of that. As you can tell by my eyes, I am tired. I am exhausted. It is very late. I don't even want to tell you the time because you'll be aghast. But but yeah, ultimately great episode. I think obviously it's a bit more, or rather it's a bit less kind of high stakes and not high energy, but like high tension, I guess, as the first episode. But that's to be expected, right? Because really it's setting the foundation for the rest of the show. And yeah, so still loved it, still really enjoyed it, and I'm really eager to see what happens next. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. If you did, make sure to subscribe so you can follow along on this journey. And so with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.